Welcome to our first lesson for Grade 1, Term 1. You will find in our online store a package for each term of each grade. It will contain of the following products. There's a teacher's manual that explains everything you need to know, an activity book for the children showing how they need to work through the curriculum, and a homework book for parents that they can do in the afternoon. If your child is in school, you can use the activity book and homework book as an extra resource to help your child at home. If for homeschool parents, you're going to do the activity book and the homework book together. We also have classroom printouts, which are already organized. They consist of extra games you can play if your child is in school and you're only using them as an extra resource. If you do not have time for everything, do not print everything. Please go through each product before you print and see which ones you're going to use for your child. Then we have the big book with all the posters you need for teaching. There's also the flashcard sets with phonics and high frequency words and sight words. The most important flashcards are the phonics ones. Those are the ones a child needs to be able to read and write independently. That means it's not a memory game. They need to use their phonics knowledge to write and read these words on their own fluently without any help. The high frequency words will be one per day, so around 5 each week, and those are more for memorization for now. Later on, most of them will become phonics words. Sight words are the words we use to write our story, and children can use them to expand their vocabulary. Let's dive in and see what is the first lesson about. Kids Spelling's phonics board is the backbone of our curriculum. Everything for reading and spelling happens here. Now we are going to explain to you the colors on the board. All the red letters in the alphabet are referred to as vowels. They are the most important and most of the time the most difficult letters of the alphabet. The blue letters are all consonants. Later, we're going to explain to you all the other letters that have 2 or 3 or 4 letters written on one tile and all the different colored letters on the right hand side. For now, we are working with A to Z, the alphabet. Pay attention. You will see that there's something strange about the blue Q. That's because there's a Q and a U on the tile with a zip underneath the U. Whenever you see the zip on our tiles, it means it's a silent letter. You don't hear it, but you need to write it. That is very important from grade 1 that you understand. You always need to write the U after the Q. Also, there are 2 Y letters. One is blue, one is red. The blue Y is a consonant and the red Y is a vowel. It's only in the English alphabet that you will find 2 Ys. In Afrikaans, the Y does not belong to the vowels. It belongs to diftonge in Afrikaans. So pay attention, there are some differences. When we start on our phonics board, it's very important that you first teach the children the alphabet song. Make sure you find yourself a nice YouTube video without any correlation to picture associations, just the song A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This song is not something you need to memorize. The reason we sing a song is just to make it a nice experience, to use rhythm and music to help with the learning. But the most important thing is that children follow with their finger on the phonics board as they sing. So for A, you press with your finger on A. For B, you press on B. The reason we learn the song is to know the names of the alphabet letters. The one thing we really believe in is that you need to know the names of the letters because that is what we're going to use when we want to identify a letter in a word or tell you which letter to write. If you want to write G, I'm going to tell you to write G from grade 1. We're not going to use only sounds. We need to use the correct name of the letter. Otherwise, everything becomes very confusing later. So, as the children sing the song, they press on each letter as they go through the alphabet. That is very important from grade 1. So, let's sing the song A, B, C, D, etc. We're not going to finish the whole alphabet. It's just going to take too long for this video. But you know the song and you're going to complete it every day. Before you start, you sing the song again, every lesson, and the children follow with their finger on their phonics boards. Let's recap the 6 vowel letters in our alphabet. A, E, I, O, U, Y. Remember, Y can be a blue letter or a red letter, depending on where it stands in the word and also the sound it makes. What's important is that you notice the difference between Afrikaans and English. Afrikaans has only 5 vowels and English has 6. We already explained the Y in Afrikaans. Also, let's recap the Q. You always write a U after a Q. So, if you want to do this lesson in an activity, you are welcome to make puppets for the 5 vowels in Afrikaans and the 6 vowels in English. So in English, you need an extra finger from the other hand to add an extra puppet for the Y on the extra hand. And once children did the activity, they will never forget all the vowels that you need to know in the English language. The posters we use from grade 1 to grade 12. So that means that you never need to change what the learner sees. It's very important to be consistent and not have a different story every year. So let's see what John I Love You is teaching us. The J, the I, the V, and the U are not used regularly at the end of English words. It is important that you use your body to make this rhyme easy to remember. We point to someone next to us and say John. Then we point to ourselves and say I. Then we make a little heart with our hands, and if you say it out loud, you'll hear the V sound in love. And we show that again with your finger for you. So the J, the I, the V, and the U are all grouped together on the phonics board. In the middle, there are a few words mainly borrowed from other languages that do end on a I or a U, and children need to memorize those words as exceptions. For now, it's important that they know if they need to write a word independently and they want to end on a J, I, V, or U, they are probably wrong. They must rather add something else or rethink their spelling. Let's rebuild. Let's build all the letters that we just talked about in our John I Love You poster. Build out the 4 letters on the phonics board. Make sure that you use the visual stimulation of the board to make memory much quicker and much clearer to the learners. Syllables are very important for understanding, reading, and writing. We are all familiar with the clapping method, where you clap your hands to divide words into syllables. It's important that you understand much more about syllables than just clapping, because clapping is just a method we use. It's not the rules and it's not the understanding. So you need to clap with rules to make it a successful activity. Let's look at what kinds of syllables we have in English. We have the closed syllable, the open syllable, the VCE syllable, the vowel theme syllable, the R controlled syllable, and the consonant LE syllable. We call it the pickle. So you can understand that there's a lot of understanding that needs to go into syllables at grade 1 level. The most important thing is that you understand a closed and an open syllable. And we're going to explain that to you right now. As you follow the rest of our program, we will bring in the rest of the syllable types in our lessons, and you will gain an understanding of those too. Why do we need to understand syllables before we start with the alphabet? The reason is that open and closed syllables will determine whether the sound of the vowel is going to be short or long. Remember, what is a syllable? A syllable is a part of a word. If it's a long word, we can divide it into different parts to make the spelling and reading easier. If it's a short word, it will only have one syllable, like pen. There's only one vowel. In every syllable, there must be a vowel. You can never have a syllable containing only consonants. It's very important to remember this. What we want to achieve in grade 1 is that you can identify a word. Is it a closed syllable or an open syllable? And is the vowel going to make a short sound or a long sound? That's all you need to know for now. Remember, vowels are the difficult letters in the alphabet. Later on, we'll find that there are also some vowel theme sounds that can make it more complicated, along with R-controlled sounds that can also produce a long sound, and the same for VCE. Don't worry about that now. Those are different syllable types and we'll cover them as we go. Let's enjoy syllables. Now we're going to practice syllables. Put your hand in front of your mouth, like the little girl in the slide, and we're going to do closed syllables. Can you see that the syllable is blue? The reason is, if a syllable ends on a consonant, it's a closed syllable. It means the consonant blocks in the vowel, so that the vowel sound is short. That is why we put our hand in front of our mouth if you speak. The sound cannot flow. It stops. It's short. So if you see a short word like pen, you can see it ends on a blue consonant after the red vowel. You know that the sound we're going to use in this word is going to be short. Remember, the more you do it with your body, like putting your hand in front of your mouth, the easier it is for the child to remember. So the blue consonants we just gave you as examples are B, L, and W. But the important thing is that you know the rhyme. And the rhyme goes like this: blue door, closed syllable, short sound. So whenever you see a blue letter at the end of a word that blocks in the red vowel, it's going to be a closed syllable type. And the sound is going to be short. Let's look at 4 examples. Pen, mug, cat, tin. You can see all 4 of them end on a blue consonant, and before them there's a red vowel. All 4 of them we're going to pronounce the short vowel sound. In pen, e, mug, a, cat, a, tin, e. It is important that you slow down and make sure all children understand this before you carry on to the next slide. Remember, we are busy with a lesson before we teach the alphabet. So this is just to explain to them syllables. You cannot expect children to know the sounds of these letters yet. What happens if you have an open syllable? That means the syllable ends on a red letter, one of the 6 vowels: A, E, I, O, U, Y, and the sound is going to be long. So if it's open, I drop my hand away from my mouth when I talk. There is space for the sound to flow out, and it's going to be a long sound, not a short one. So the rhyme is red door, open syllable, long sound. So if a syllable ends on a red vowel, the door is open and the sound is going to be long. Let's look at an example. Take the word pony. You don't know all the letters of the alphabet yet, so just listen now and you will understand as you gain more knowledge about all the letters. In the word pony, we clap it out. Po-ni. Later on, we're going to teach you the exact rules where to break up a word, but don't worry about it now. In pony, you can see that if we break it up between the O and the N, there is a red vowel, O, in the first syllable, and the Y in the second syllable at the end. That means we are following the rule that there must always be a vowel in a syllable. But let's talk about the first syllable, po. You can see it ends on a red vowel, so the sound of the O is not like O in got anymore. It changes to the long sound O. Grade ones, don't worry, you haven't been taught all the sounds of the letters. Listen and make sure you understand that one is short and one is long. Then the same happens in the last syllable, ni. Can you hear the long E sound at the end? That's because the Y is the last letter. So, as we move along through the curriculum, everything will become clear to you. For now, if you see a word, you need to be able to identify, is it an open or a closed syllable? And is it going to make a short or a long sound? That's all. Everyone copy the teacher and writes the word God together on their boards and adds the closed syllable marker to indicate that we are dealing with a closed syllable. Hold your hand up to your mouth and say God. The teacher is leading this process because the children haven't done the alphabet yet. Remember to also do it with your body and keep your hand in front of your mouth. Let's look at the word go. If we take out the T of got, then we have go. Can you hear that the O now has a long sound? That's an open syllable because it ends on a red vowel. The children keep their hands dropped away from their mouth to show that the sound can flow out and the vowel sound will change from the short O in got to the long O in go. In the activity book for the children, you will find this page where they can practice identifying the closed syllable or the open syllable and then indicate in the last column whether it's going to make a long sound or a short sound. You will find these posters in the big book and the activity book. For the closed syllable, you keep your hand in front of your mouth and say, blue door, closed syllable, short sound. For the open syllable, you drop your hand and say, red door, open syllable, long sound. And these posters we're going to use from grade 1 up to grade 12. The picture is never going to change. This video and all the related content are protected by copyright law. Just remember it.